So the rinse prime feature is a feature that includes a 3-way ball valve and a harness on our boom connection so that we can control multiple products. But in this case, it's going to be controlled by section number 6 when we enable the rinse prime feature. And what it's designed to do is allow us to, number 1, get the system primed properly. Number 2, it'll allow us to winterize the system so that when we're done running chemical, we can run antifreeze in the system so that it doesn't freeze up. So this is going to represent our chemical, which is a pink product, as you see in there. And this box over here, this tank's going to represent our antifreeze, which is blue. And so I'm going to demonstrate first on our system here. This one's using 2 5.3 gallon per minute pumps. And we're basically, what we're going to do is we're going to prime it first. And so what we do is we press the prime start, and it's going to say, please ensure that the system is ready for priming / rinsing. So the way this ball valve is going to work is that this one on the left, input 1, is going to be drawing from the blue tank over here. So we got it all plumbed up, drawing from the blue tank, which is our rinse tank. And then the right side, inlet 2, is going to draw chemical. And so when we hit prime rinse start, it's going to draw from the prime rinse, and then it's going to run it through the system, come through the pumps, come out of the pumps, go through 50 foot of hose in the back that's heated, and then it's going to come out, and then it's going to go down to simulating going down to your treat area. And this is where it's going to come out right here. So we're going to be like we're priming the system and or / winterizing it. So once I hit start, yes, kicks on. I can speed it up, slow it down, speed it up. But you can hear it. There it goes. It's going through the system. I can prime it here if there's any air in the system. So that's, you can see down in there, the blue's coming out. So I'm priming that. So I'm going through 50 foot of hose. And pretty soon we'll see this start turning blue. So there it comes through right here. So now we have it going through and we're cycling it in. So it's going out, going through the pump, going out a 50 foot of hose. We're simulating like it's going out to an auger. And then we're coming back and we're dumping it in the tank here. So now we know that number 1, we can prime the system this way. That way we're not wasting chemical. Or when you're done with the system, we can also prime it. So one of the ways that we can take the chemical out as well is that while it's running, we shut this ball valve off down here. So once I shut this ball valve off, you can hear the pumps surging. I can bleed it here. Okay, so now we've taken out all the chemical out of there, if that's what we chose to do. Now our next step is, we know that we have the system primed, or now I unprimed it, but now we're going to prime it again. So I'm going to turn this chemical on down here. There's my chemical on. I'm going to set my rate to 128 ounces, just to get it as an example. And once I hit start, it's going to start. I can hit pause. So I'm going to take, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it to get some of the antifreeze out. If you want to, you don't have to, but I'm going to get some of the antifreeze out here so you can see it coming out. Once it starts to turn a little pink, then I know my chemical is coming through, so I can pause it or stop it. I can speed it up to hurry it up. Okay, there's my 128 ounces, so I'm going to restart it till I get my, there it goes, it's almost out. Okay, there it is. There's the pink right there. So I'm going to pause it. Put it in this tank. Resume. Now it's like I'm running my system. So now I'm running chemical back through my system. I can speed it up. I can do whatever rate I want to do. So throughout the day, we're running this system. We're running chemical through it. You see the rate right here. So it reached its rate. I hit clear. I run another batch. Let's simulate another batch. So once again, it's going through this tank right here, coming out, going through this ball valve into my system running. So anytime I run a batch, it knows to pull it from this side. That's the way the software is designed. And anytime I want to run rinse prime, then it opens it up on this side with a different signal. And so I'll run my rinse prime there. So throughout the day I'm running, and you have two options. So let's say this batch runs out, okay? And we're done for the day. So what we do, in order to clear out this chemical so that we're not wasting this chemical that's in here, you can simulate and run a T back to the tank from your spray nozzle, put a T in the line, and run it back to the tank, and then run another. So I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to turn it off to simulate it, that I don't want any more coming out of this tank, because I don't want to waste my product. I want to be able to drain the lines. So I'm going to start it faster. You can see it here. It's draining out. I can bleed the air out of it here. So I'm going to bleed a little bit of air out of it. Okay. Once I hit stop, then I'm going to go and I'm going to put it back. My antifreeze here, I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, so I have that on now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit rinse prime start. Yes, I know that I turned my valve on. So it's going to turn this side on, and you can see it. You'll see it start coming out of here blue. It's going through the pump all the way around, making its round all the way through the 50 foot of hose. I can speed it up. And once I start, there's the blue right there. And I know my system's primed. I have every antifreeze in there. I'm done for the night. You can see it coming through over here. And so basically it allows us to winterize the system every night or between jobs. And again, when we're done, we just turn it off. You see how the light flashes all different colors? That means we're not monitoring any liquid. We're just running a cycle. We can hit pause, and then you're done. Now your whole system is winterized. Makes it really simple to do. So it's a neat little feature. It's on, if you go to help, go to about, and 1.065 on the version, it has that latest feature, and the way you enable it is under settings, operating settings, where it says rinse mode, it's on. If you turn it off, it won't appear, it won't work, but rinse mode is on, and then you'll see it here. So real cool feature, so that in between batches or nights, the system won't plug up, it won't get clogged up with chemical, because you're running basically antifreeze through it. Any questions, give us a call at AgXcel. We have a kit for this, and a part number that's on the screen that you can see. And if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call.